Hi Ujjwal, hi Satish.
Hi, sir.
Hello,
How are
sir.
you?
We
We
are
are
good,
good,
sir.
sir. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm also great. We're also great. Thanks. And before anything else, congratulations. You know, for being selected as a national finalist. I think Team Harmony it is, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So is it like all Narsi Munji students are music fan? So one was radioactive, the other being Harmony.
It might be a
Please,
coincidence, sir.
Or if you are from
completely.
Narsi Munji and if you are a music fan, then definitely you get into a corporate competition final round by
Maybe
default.
vicinity to Mumbai.
Okay, okay.
Bollywood.
Now I get it. So where are you based out of, both of you, by the way?
Sir,
Uh, uh, yeah, Satish, go ahead, please.
sir, I'm from Andhra.
Okay, and Ujjwal?
I'm from Gujarat.
Yeah, that is good. So what we will do is, and I hope you can, see our screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can.
So what we will do, we will walk you through the basic general guidelines regarding time and regarding the basic rules. Uh, and before anything else, what I would want you to do is, feel comfortable, feel relaxed. Uh, Whatever the protocol would have been in a, standard corporate competition presentation in front of the core team, the other side, feel very relaxed. This is your time. Okay, make the best use out of it. And yeah, we are also, waiting for one member from our side. That is the main, the CEO of our company, Mr. Abhishek Srivastava. So he would also be joining. He is already here, I believe, but we would have him with us completely next, a couple of minutes. Okay. So
Hi,
to
hi everybody.
Hi, sir.
Hello, sir.
yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just walk you through the basic guidelines, the basic rules, and then we will take it. All right. So, starting with the basic, time-related guidelines. So, first of all, we will start with our introduction. Okay, then we would ask you to introduce yourself. Your presentation time is now not 15 minutes but 20 minutes. Okay, so you have ample amount of time to present both the parts, part one and part two. After this presentation, we are going to have a Q&A session of around 20 minutes, and that is two ways. We would start with our questions post the presentation, and if you also have any questions that you want to ask us, free to go with that. Okay. Talking about general rules, the first one is something which we have already told you and which we want you to do. Yeah, the way the same way Satish is feeling comfortable. Yeah, and now Ujjwal too. Yeah. So that is good. Stay focused, stay relaxed. That is what we want you to do. I think it's the best way you would be able to give your presentation in the best possible way, right? Second, like what you are already doing, please keep your cameras on so that we can see you when you're actually answering the question. Third, and this is just uh, an output or a result of work from home or MBA from home, right? So there would be network issues either at your end or at our end. So if there is any issue, feel free, to wait for the presenter to get back. Okay, since there are just two of you in the team. Okay, if the other person wants to continue, take it forward. It's totally your call. Okay, so modify it accordingly what you want. Okay, no issues with us. Finally, you should also be aware about the evaluation criteria that we have. Okay, and we have listed five of them. The first one is the most important one, the backbone of this competition. That is the user experience that you have created with respect to the flow, the journey, your designing and definition of the entire journey, right? Second is your real world and real time applicability. So your solution will be judged on whether it is actually implementable or not. Okay, it should not be hypothetical, right? The third goes by default, your business understanding of the industry, the company, the products, the user base, and everything. Okay. The fourth one is your attention to detail. That is your in-depth analysis of all the factors and of all the metrics that we have taken into consideration to be able to put a result in front of us. And finally, for what we are here, your presentation and delivery, right? As far as the content of this slide goes, any question that any of you two might be having?
Also, we are comfortable.
All
Nothing from my end, sir.
okay, that is great. That is wonderful. So now do we have Abhishek sir finally with, yeah, we have him. So now I would request Abhishek sir to start with the team's introduction and with his so that we can take it forward. Over to you, sir.
Hi Ujjwal, hi Satish. This is Abhishek,
Thank you.
CEO co-founder of MBA Trek. I will just carry on from where Ayush was sort of finishing up. Stay relaxed, enjoy the presentation. Uh, uh, don't think of it as an interrogation or a rejection exercise, or it's bunch of MBAs coming together and talking about a business problem, right? And I mean, three of us are MBAs, two of you are in progress, very soon to be MBA. So think of it as a good discussion. Let's. You're presenting something in a meeting, and then we are obviously going to discuss it. Not there. Yes, we say Q&A, but I think I would do it more as a discussion more than anything else. Um, yeah, obviously network piece. Um, we're not having the best day with network today. We had a very good day yesterday. So if you do lose network and all that, don't worry. We've budgeted enough time. So if there is an overrun and all that, it's absolutely fine. Don't fuss about it or don't worry about it. Quick introduction from my end. I'm an environmental engineer by profession. I did that for a pretty long period of my career, and a consultant for about 10 years at various firms, Accenture being one of them. Um, moved over to Apple in India, used to do strategy and business planning for them, and sales strategy. Then MBA Trek has been a passion for a very, very long time. Mentoring and coaching young people is what I do on a daily basis. I do it with all my alma maters as well. So yeah, I think that's sort of my background. Couple of reflections in terms of life. Entrepreneur too late in life. Probably should have been 10 years back when I was about maybe 26 or 25, somewhere around that. Studied far too much in life. I don't think anybody should be doing 3 degrees in life. It's just a lot of colossal waste of time. I'm kidding. I mean, it had its own use, but I'm sure I could have done things differently. But I think very privileged and honored to be an engineer who actually worked in his engineering field for that length of time. So I think that's something I'm very, very happy about. And yeah, I think really looking forward to your presentation. And yeah, I think over to Ayushi now.
Thank you, sir. So my name is Ayushi. I'm the business head for Institute and Student Vertical, associated with MBA Trek from last 4 years, joined as an intern and then got an opportunity to work for full time. Worked in both B2B and B2C vertical, right? Interacted with the lot many students, mentored them, worked on the product side as well. With this competition, looking forward to have interesting views upon the UI UX. And yeah, that's all about me. Ayush?
Yeah, thank you, Ayushi. So I am Ayush. I work at MBA Tech as a product and business development manager. I recently completed my MBA from IIM Kashipur. Just like Ayushi, I also did my internship in the same company itself, MBA Tech, wherein I also received my full-time offer. I have a total of around 3 years of experience in working in the education industry and especially for startups. Only for startups, I would say. For first 2 years, I had my own. For next half a year, I worked in Kota, Rajasthan, in one of the startups, and then I'm back to where I belong the most. I would say MBA Tech, and this is mostly all about me. I'm just like what Harmony and Radioactive indicate. I'm also a big fan of music. Okay, and yeah, that's all about me. Now I would request you to introduce yourselves.
So my name is Satish. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I'm a mechanical engineer from BIT, and I had a work experience of 3 years. I work with TVS Industries, and my role is in research and development. And now I am pursuing MBA in NMIMS.
Hello everyone, my name is Ujjwal. I'm from Gujarat. I'm electrical engineer. I have worked with Tata Consultancy Services for 3.5 years, and now I'm pursuing my MBA from NMIMS.
Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you. What I would do is I have already given you the sharing rights. Okay, so any one member who has, who has the one, you have decided mutually can share their screen. Also, since it is a 20-minute presentation, what I'll do is after 10 minutes and 15 minutes, I'll just give you, a reminder of the time that you have left, with you, so that you can, structure your presentation and your delivery accordingly. Any questions, Ujjwal and Satish?
No, sir. We are good to go.
Okay, all the best.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can I start sharing?
Yeah, sure.
Usual confirm, is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ujjwal, and my team member's name is Satish, and we are Team Harmony from NMIMS Mumbai. Today, we'll be presenting our product idea about the Journey app. Next slide, please. The flow of the presentation would be like this. First, we'll discuss the goals and the target segments. In the goals, we'll discuss the goals of the students and the company. Then we'll define the target segment. After that, we'll discuss the problems of the users and how we intend to solve them with our product. And finally, we'll discuss the business model, that is the value proposition for the users, what is the pricing and the user acquisition and product launch strategy. Next slide, please. Uh, Goals and the targets. First is the student goals. Uh, Student want to have a seamless transition from college life to corporate job. Second goal that we found out was to bridge the skill set gap between the academic and the corporate job. At times, students are not aware of this, but this is also a common goal between students and MBA track. So coming to the company's goal, that is to create a one-stop solution for students for their campus to corporate journey. Coming to target segment, we conducted focus group discussion and found out that engineering and MBA students face common problems. So in placements and academics. So based on that, we chose this target segment and move forward with our solution. Next slide, please. Product overview. We have divided our product into 4 major offerings: placement, corporate competitions, academic, and student life and corporate connect. Next slide, please. Talking about the placement, first we'll discuss the problems and then we'll discuss how we intend to solve them. From our discussion, we found out that for MBA students, they have complained about their aptitude skills become rusty and they have not, because they have not practiced them in recent times. For engineering students, they have to practice aptitude tests for their placement given the level of competition. Apart from that, we found out that students needed practice on recent hiring practices like gamified assessments and psychometric tests. Uh, Students have complained about failing in many of these gamified assessments. We also found out that students found difficulty in tracking their progress on how they are preparing for placements. Also, students needed to improve on their technical skills in order to clear the assessment. We found out that they needed guidance on a role fit, GDs, and how to crack the interviews. So with those problems in mind, now coming to how we intend to solve these problems, uh, talking about the first problem, the aptitude skills, we intend to provide enough aptitude tests for practice and the analysis. The analysis part will take care of the tracking problem that they are facing on where they stand. We will be providing company specific assessment and psychometric tests. We'll be dividing companies into, for psychometric tests, we'll be dividing companies into large buckets. That is, some companies conduct concentration tests, memory tests, convergent divergent reasoning, Sudoku puzzles. So we will be designing tests based on those attributes and will provide common tests for practice. We will provide technical subject material with practice tests. Next slide, please. So this is our UI for our product. Next slide, please. Coming to the pricing plan. So in our research, we found out that our intended segment is more price sensitive. And also our goal is to onboard 1 million users on our app. So combining these two facts, we found out that we can address a large market segment by providing a pricing in an economy segment. So that is the rationale behind the pricing. Now I would like to invite Satish to take it over.
Thank you, Ujjwal. Now going forward, we'll look into academics. The major problems faced by MBA students, MBA and engineering students is like they are finding difficulty in improving their knowledge and the skill set from the learnings they get in the colleges. But when it comes to the industry, the knowledge and the skill set requirements were completely different. As per the research conducted by FICCI and EY, more than 80% of the engineering and MBA students lack market knowledge and industry relevant skills. In order to address the problem and develop the industry skill set of the students, we are coming up with online courses. And the online platform can also be used by adults, working professionals to learn new skills and develop existing ones. And one of the major problem we found out with online courses is like course completion rate. Based on the reports of Udemy and MOOC, we found out that more than 97% of users who have enrolled for the courses have not completed them successfully. So considering all these problems, we would like to give a holistic solution, starting with branch specific online courses, which will be benchmarked across the best in class of the industry. And we have offerings of courses in 3 different levels, starting with beginner, intermediate, and professional. And they'll be backed by the recommendations of industry professionals, which will make the students to take the decisions easily. And we are also providing online quizzes, which will be at regular intervals to track the progress and the understanding of the course they are studying. And going with the course, it is a self-paced learning within the stipulated time. The reason why we are making the stipulated time is, as we understand from the reports of Udemy and MOOC, we found out only 4% of the students are completing the course. And the reason behind that is they are providing the courses for the lifetime. And the students or the people who enroll for the courses, they are thinking like they can complete the course at any point of time. And we are also coming up with one more solution which can add more convenience to the users to complete the courses. Is we are coming up with the option called pause the course. That is like it works like if you are enrolled for a course and it is for 3 months, but for the first month you are happy to cater the time and you can learn something. But after that, if you are busy with certain activities and you cannot able to contribute the time, in that case you can pause the content. During that period, you will not be accessible to the resources of the course. But again, when you reactivate the account, you can access the content and can complete the course. And the rationale behind that is based on the focus group discussion conducted by us. We found that majority of the students are willing to complete their online courses during their summers and winter vacation. That is the main reason behind this. And we are also providing incentives to the students who complete the courses on time. And looking into the product features, so what will users gain by enrolling this course? Starting with career prospects, they gain the certification which can enhance their success rate in getting to their dream industry. And coming to the knowledge, we are coming up with the best compelling platform to get the best in class practices across industrial verticals. And in skill set, we are mapping, problem solving, conceptual clarity, and knowledge application. These are the 3 skill sets we are mapping. And we are also coming up with an online quiz. It will be common across the students who have enrolled for the course. And there will be a common test conducted based on the certain interval, and we'll be displaying the leaderboard. So student can see how their peers who enroll for this course are also working. And it motivates them to top the leaderboard. In order to top the leaderboard, they should definitely complete their course. That is the rationale behind this. And how the students get certified. So these are the 5 steps in which the student will be getting certified. And coming to our UI, as I explained, the 5 steps of certification and what will be the users gaining, followed by the contents and the recommendations of the industry professionals. And it contains other details like certification fee, the mode of study, duration, certification validity, and the testimonials of the students who took this course. And these are our product features. And coming to the plans, we have 3 plans: beginner, intermediate, and professional. And as usual mentioned previously, we are targeting economic segment because it can enhance us to reach the wider target. That's the reason behind our pricing. And next we look into corporate competitions. MBA and engineering students are inundated with the bookish knowledge they gain from the class, but those bookish knowledge will not help them to solve the real life business case problems faced in the industry. And because of that, their true potential and the creativity also getting hidden. And even when recruiters visit the campus, they want to hire the people who have business knowledge, business knowledge, and who is capable of solving real-time business problems they faced in the industry. And we feel that there is a gap between the students and the industry. So in order to fill the gap, we are coming up with the corporate competitions. And the solutions we are providing is like we are coming up with an online platform for competitions so that it is accessible to everyone. And the competitions consist of case study challenges, business case simulations, and quizzes. We are also adding one more vertical to recruiters, mainly to provide the internship and scholarship opportunities by them based on their requirements, and they can also create their own limitations, like based on the case study or the based on the business case simulation, they can choose the candidate. We are also adding one more vertical to colleges where they can conduct workshops. And they can list the workshop on our website so that they can get the wider reach. And then similarly, the college fest also, they can list their college fest on our website. Since we have B2B customers, and we are targeting B2B customers like all the colleges starting from engineering and B school. It can help us to get a wider reach, and also it helps in building large network, student network. And this is our competition. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so you have 9 minutes left now. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, sir. So if you look at the corporate competition UI, as I explained, these are the features starting with menu, competition, quizzes, and there's a create option called where the students or the clubs from the colleges or the recruiters, they can create quizzes, hackathons, jobs, internships, etc. Now I'd like to ask Ujjwal to carry forward.
Coming to student life and corporate vertical, so the objective of this feature in our product is to engage with our stakeholders, that is students and the corporate. We will engage students and create a community by making them participate in polls and bite-sized quizzes of various functions of business and industry. For corporate, we are providing a value proposition by making their brand visible across the pool of students, which will increase their brand equity in the mind of students. We will provide them with a platform where they can, where students can connect with HR boards to get to know more about the company. Apart from that, uh, uh, we want industry experts and hiring managers to make a content on recent hiring practices and the current skill requirements of the industry, so that it will help us to bridge the gap between academic and the corporate environment. Next slide, please. Coming to the user acquisition and product launch strategy, our goal is to acquire 1 million users in a year. So we will use the mix of organic and inorganic strategy. In organic strategy, in our research, we found out that 7 out of 8 students said that convenience and reliable content are the major reasons for using the app. We intend to provide them convenience and good enough functionality, that is minimum viable product, so that those existing users who are using our website encouraged to use and are encouraged to use our app, so that we can get a head start on user acquisition and get a feedback and improve our product. We will second is we will focus more on using existing strength of the company in the B2B segment, and we will partner with the institutes. uh, so we will it will include making campus ambassadors and giving them incentives to expand our reach. We will also conduct seminars on industry readiness to convince our students to use our app. Next is App Store optimization. App Store optimization requires a crucial understanding of our target customer base, as our potential customers are using it to find apps similar to ours. So a survey by Forrester concluded that 63% of the time user discoveries happen through the App Store search engine. So we will have to take care of the title, keywords, and description of the app that we are publishing on the Play Store. So talking about the description, in the description, we have less characters to sell our app, and nobody clicks on click here, click more to see what is the description. So we have to make it engaging. Apart from that, we need to do keyword optimization in order to improve our user discovery. We also need to do benchmarking of our app by doing app size analysis feature from the Play Store console for the developers. Also, we need to increase our reviews on a Play Store in a positive manner. That is, we have to use app review plugin where we prompt user for a review when user has accomplished something on our app, rather than asking users after launching the app. So that will increase our engagement on an app store. Coming to the inorganic strategy, we will be primarily focusing on digital advertising, that is app store ads and social media. So in the social media, we will use Facebook and Instagram ads. We will not use Twitter ads because cost per install is higher and our target group is not a heavy user there. Apart from that, we will use user referral incentives to our users to acquire more users. Overall strategy will be focusing on B2B partnership, user incentives, and digital ads. To improve our strategy, we will track the metrics like number of users enrolled through our colleges, number of users enrolled through referrals and ads, the ratings and the feedbacks from the App Store, crash reports, active users, the apps not responding report on the Play Store console, to improve our quality of the users that we acquire. With that, I would like to hand it over to Satish.
Thank you, Ujjwal.
Satish, so
Yes.
last 4 minutes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ujjwal. Now we'll look into the products offered by the MBA track, starting with industry suggested. So the users are predominantly graduates and postgraduate students, and we cannot restrict the industry suggested to this target segment. It has a wider reach because industry suggested can be chosen, can be used by any person starting from the professional, because at the times when they are switching from one industry to the other industry, they can also use this product. And if you look at the value proposition provided by this, it helps students to assess the behavioral and job skills and making them aware about the expectations from the industry. And if you look at the usability of the product, current product is target niche need for which students have to be very much conscious about their expectations from the future and their goals. But many students won't be willing to purchase this product if awareness of the product is very low, and we can't give them a concrete solution on how to improve given that they are interested in a particular industry. So the improvement areas of this product is, if your users are interested in particular industry but they lack particular skill set at any point of time, we can make suggestions and provide our courses to improve on their skills. Next, we'll go into interview booster. As I previously said, we can enrich the target segment. We can enrich the target segment apart from engineering and MBA students, because interview booster can also be used by the students who are looking for the jobs or who are looking to shift to other industries, and there are many other fields like BA honors, so they also can use. So it is not restricted to anyone. It has a wider reach. And the value proposition it provides is, it creates awareness about the common pitfalls in an interview, and after assessment it is scoring and it is suggesting the areas of improvement, and it is helping us how to structure the content and the way of delivery while answering the questions. And now we look into the usability of the current product. As I previously said, the target market for this is wide. And in addition to that, providing an online assessment, and in addition to providing an online assessment, creating an online video interface where students can answer the predefined questions so that it can be reviewed and better feedback can be provided by the facilitator. And if you look at the improvement areas, we can bundle this interview booster along with a mock interview, because only based on self-assessment, students cannot improve things. So if we add up some practical applications like mock interview, they can understand better. And we can also add pre-recorded video series highlighting the mistakes in an interview. And coming to the most important part is asynchronous interviews. So most of the industries are using these asynchronous interviews as a first filter for the actual interviews. So telling the users the uh, by telling the users what are the benefits of this, we can always increase the reviews of our products, and which can help us in the transformation journey of the users as well. And we can get the better reviews, which indirectly help us in better user acquisition. To conclude, we are coming up with a one-stop solution which meets the needs of students during their academic to corporate journey by meeting all the goals of MBA Track. Thank you, and we are open to questions.
Thank you. Okay. So, and a good presentation, by the way, right on time, 19 minutes and 36 seconds. So that is a great job, I would say. Okay. Ayushi, would you like to start?
I think Sir has something to say. So would you like to say something?
Oh no, I had questions as well, but I will let Ayushi go first, and then I'll come next. That's okay.
Okay. In one of the slides, the focus was on certifications, if I'm not wrong. So, quick question regarding that. So, there are so many companies that are, working on certifications. Yeah, so there are so many companies who are working upon the certification. So, do you feel that it would be a right opportunity for us to go with that model to, bring up with the certifications?
Carry on.
So currently the market offering, if we see, for example, Six Sigma that is provided by KPMG. So those are benchmarked by the industry because of the quality of the faculty and the brand name. So if we see the pricing of that product, so in the market it is sold at 21,000, but in the B2B segment it is sold at 7,000. So our objective is to improve the skill set and to make the students industry ready. So we agree that there are products in the market, but since we are targeting the economy segment and we will be benchmarking our certificates to the industry leaders, that is how we can compete with the competitors.
To add more to the usual point, by adding the certifications, we can pull the crowd, because after completing the certifications, if they are not getting anything to put on something, example, the resume, most of the people do courses one thing. For the first point is to improve their skill set, and the other thing is to show it as their achievement. So if you are not providing a certification courses, we cannot pull the crowd. That's the rationale behind that.
Okay, so basically, what do you feel that certification in regards to academic should be there, or certification with regards to upskilling should be there?
The certifications regarding the upskilling. So the gaps in the academics, so that we want to fill through our certification courses.
Okay, can you suggest like 2-3 courses which you feel that these are the few which students would like, and this would make MBA Track distinguish from the others?
Sure. So if we see, let's say a finance function. So for a finance function, for example, MBA. So for MBAs, after 1.5 months, companies are coming for the summer placements. So at that point of time, many of the students are not do not have the conceptual clarity regarding the finance, as well as some of the modeling aspects, as well as the market aspects, that is the stock market concepts. So those certificates we can provide to students, and like that would be our product offering.
I would like to add more things. Instead
Mhm.
of going with like we can have both specific to specialization as well as the courses which can be done across all the specializations. For example,
Mhm.
Six Sigma. Six Sigma is applicable anywhere, be it financial industry, manufacturing, financing, everything. So Six Sigma is applicable anywhere. So in that cases, we can pull those kind of courses which has wider reach. And also data analytics is also applicable everywhere. So we can add such kind of courses where any student can do that course and build their skill set. Those kind of courses will add more value to MBA track as well.
Okay. One last question from my end, again regarding certification. What do you feel, for example, if we are giving up certification, and this is, for example, XYZ, and he or she has done a certification in, for example, self introspection, right? So, do you feel that the student or a young professional would value that certification or would be comfortable in showing it to others?
So we have a plan for that. In our app, we will be providing a facility to share the certificate to the social platforms. That is the sharing part. Regarding the credibility, it will take time to build our credibility, but we will have to benchmark our certification courses with the industry standards. So like pulling up faculties who are well known, so those aspects we will have to take care.
And ma'am, to add one point, like as we are already backing our courses from industry professionals, it will definitely add value.
Okay. Okay. I am done, sir. You may continue.
Okay, I think well thought through, good answers. I think very good presentations. I think you covered a lot of points. I think just sort of a quick, I don't know if it's a feedback, but I think you were more product centric than UI UX centric. So but that's okay. I think you still addressed the point, so that's fine. Quick question. Um, you mentioned that for course completion is a big challenge, right? And I think that's a very good point that you brought up. I think edtech as an industry needs to look at that. I think it's a tough mirror to be shown as set of companies. And so here's the point. You said we will provide incentives for students to actually finish the coursework, or actually go through the courses. What kind of incentives are we talking about? I think that's one thing I would be very interested to know. Sorry.
We thought of 2 points. First is when you refer someone, then you will get a coupon for a cashback for a your next purchase. And apart from that, when your referral purchases a certain course, then you will get a cashback. So those incentives we talked about. And the talking about the particulars, we thought about giving 10% off if I refer to one user.
Uh, so just correct me if I'm wrong. While these sound as good incentives, but they seem to be incentives to get new customers. I think where I'm trying to go circle back to is actually a very important point you mentioned. What would be the incentives which would ensure that I actually complete my course? Because the biggest challenge is that a lot of the freemium courses or the free courses people are picking up, but maybe are not finding value somewhere and therefore not even finishing it up. So how do you ensure that some people finish the course? What would be incentives there in your mind?
I would
Sir,
like to go with this. Sir, as usual mentioned, we provide coupons for the students who complete the courses on their next enrollment in the MBA track.
Sir, that is the monetary incentive, and the non-monetary incentive that Satish already talked about, that is proven that it improves the course completion rate, and that is we will provide a deadline and we will provide a pause button. So those are the two things that non-monetary incentives we are like planning to give.
Sir, and the reason we approached with that option is like we have conducted this FGD like focus group discussion where we found out like in our research more than 7 out of 8 students find convenience to complete the course during their summer vacations, summer or winter vacation. That's the reason we are coming up with a pause button.
Okay, fair. I think one final question for me, because
Yes.
there seemed to be a little bit of a challenge around that. Now, while we are looking at an aggressive target of 1 million users, right? So that's 10 lakh users. One of the primary acquisition strategies that you have provided is B2B. So I think so my question to you is B2B, D2C, B2B2C, or B2C? What are the, sorry, I hope I'm not confused
No,
you.
sir, sir. Yeah.
So what do you think is the mix to get, let's say, free customers as well as paid customers? Or is this the same channel, or we're looking at different channels?
So what we are focusing on here is we already have a presence in B2B. So from the organic part, we want to have want to partner with the B schools as well as the engineering schools, engineering colleges, and partner with those institutes so that we can get a good head start with number of users. And apart from that, we are using like incentivizing users to with the user referrals. So those are the two aspects that we are focusing on B2B side. And as I already mentioned, from the digital side, we are focusing on the Facebook and the Instagram ads.
So to add more to that, so if you look at the customer point here, we can have the lead users where the students are career oriented.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be mainly looking for the platforms which helps them in building the skill set and career development. And if we come to the colleges, especially, see, for example, if I am a newcomer to NMIMS and I have already a friend who is senior, and he'll spread a word of mouth saying that I have done these many courses from MBA track, and these are helpful for me, and these are useful for me in getting a summer internship as well as the final placement. So there'll be two strategies there. One will be he'll be completing this course, and new users, early adopters called new engineering students and B school students who are joining. And if you look at the statistics every year, if we compare only engineering students, we have 8 lakh engineering students
Mm-hmm. Yes.
enrolling each year.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be a good strategy as far as I feel.
Okay. I think one more point, a sort of question from my end is, I didn't see in sort of the numbers, if you could help us with, what do you think would be the right customer acquisition cost here? How much, because uh, we didn't discuss that in detail, is in terms of what do we believe a customer will give us in terms of value, and how much money should we spend in acquiring a customer?
Yes,
So Satish, could you give us to next slide?
that's okay.
So we calculated in terms of 3 cases. That is, if I am searching on my Play Store and my app is ranked between 11 to 25, then in that case, so that is one criteria. So we thought out that we researched that in India, CPI is like cost per install in India across for different industries ranging between $0.2 and $0.6. So we took a average of $0.4, 30 rupees per install, and we estimated that 25% of the people will be uninstalling our app, and net will be deciding on that 75% of the people will be keeping our app. That is that.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the K factor, that is the viral factor on how we improve our app store optimization as well as the overall product. So if we improve the K factor if we improve the K factor in such a way that our product is ranked between 11 to 25, then it will increase our organic install. So
Mhm.
organic install plus our net install, that will give us the total installs. And effective CPI we calculated, if our app is ranked between 11 to 25 is 16 rupees, but if it is ranked between 51 to 100 rank, then it increases to 27 rupees. So that is acquisition cost for one user. And if we extrapolate it to our intended target, then it increases to 2.8 crore for the 51 to 100 rank. So those are the calculations that we did.
Okay. 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 Perfect. That makes sense. Good. Good. Yeah, I think I'm good from my end. Thank you so much. I think perfect.
Um, so again, a very good presentation, I must say. I just have a couple of questions. So you started the problem section, when you started with what problems would you be solving, and beautifully taken that part. You started with the aptitude issues, right? That MBA students, they forget most of the concepts, engineering students find it difficult to comprehend. Uh, okay, don't you think there already are a lot of test platforms, a lot of video platforms to provide you with that sort of a content? YouTube in itself is like an ocean, okay, a very big library. And if you, just search for one topic, you would find hundreds of YouTube channels, right? So what I mean to say is there already is too much, and not just, at a minor level, at a major level, there is too much information overloading in that particular area. With this kind of scenario, when students themselves think that, okay, I'll just go to YouTube and understand this concept, there already are a lot of free platforms, which can teach me aptitude. Why should MBA Trek, enter into this particular domain at the very first go?
Sir, as we mentioned, in our research, we found out that the tracking part is a major problem that students are facing. So they are starting with the free platforms, but they are not able to make a track of their progress. So in a free platforms, there is many platforms, there is a limit to which they can do tests. So what we are providing is a comprehensive solution. For example, if we see the right hand side, the roadmap of the test, we are providing the behavior analysis, that is how much the students are fast or slow uh, based on the questions. So if somebody is spending more time on the question, then we are reminding them also. So we are focusing on providing the comprehensive tracking part as well as the content. Content is free, as you mentioned, with multiple channels, but to provide a comprehensive solution, students have to know where they stand. So that is how we intend to solve this problem.
So what you're saying is, in order, to make this a bit different, or a kind of a USP of this particular product, right? With respect to only this problem, comprehensive tracking and behavioral analysis of the users is what you are suggesting, that this is going to be different, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
To
Okay.
add more to the visual point, so if you look at the market, as you rightly said, we have access to various materials, but they are not providing the placement guidance, the mock interviews, for which you should be enrolling. But in our product, we are providing the both, which will add value to the customer.
I'm just being curious over here. There are obviously paid platforms which provide, comprehensive tracking and behavioral analysis also. That is true. Uh, can you think of one thing, a very innovative or a unique way in which this thing could be delivered, or something unique which we can inculcate or include in the aptitude part?
Sir, we thought of two unique things that we can offer. So, Satish, could you give to the first slide, please? So, we thought of two things when we discussed in the research, like research group. We found out that two things that we can improve. First is the psychometric test and the company specific test. So as we already mentioned, for the company specific test, we will be dividing companies into a large buckets. So if we see companies, suppose Cognizant. So Cognizant takes tests like the Sudoku puzzle test, then convergent divergent reasoning test. So apart from that, it takes like the gamified test. So we will divide those companies into large buckets, and then we'll provide a solution that we are solving your problem to for company specific tests. Because it is more gamified, many students have not practiced, so many students don't play those puzzle games. So that is the unique proposition that we thought of.
And so to add more to the usual point, we can also add like the strengths and weakness of a student while practicing. That could be also a value addition.
Sounds good to me. Can you go to the user acquisition bar chart, bar graph that you had created over
Yes,
there?
yes, yes.
Yes, this one. So this is how you're planning to acquire 1 million users in 12 months, right? On the left hand side you have listed the activities, and on the right hand side you listed the result of these activities, right? See, if you see clearly, from fourth month to fifth month you have given an increase of almost let's say 200%, right? Exactly 200%, from 50,000 to 1,50,000, right? And from month 5 to 6 you are giving increase of 150%, which is more difficult than the previous one, although it was 200%. So can you help us understand what sort of activities have you really thought of in doing in these 2 or 3 specific months to give so much of boost in your user acquisition?
So for that we have to build a solid base. So how we are proposing is we have to tap our B2B segment, B2B partnership from our segment, and give an initial boost to users. So from that we are as we have already mentioned, there will be incentives as well as the word of mouth. So that is why we are from the fourth month we are increasing it by so much. We are not spending we are not increasingly spending much on digital advertising to acquire those users. We are focusing on more organic and less inorganic. So yeah, that is our strategy.
So can I add one more point?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So if you look at the offline channels, you're also planning to conduct seminars on industry readiness with respect to B schools as well as engineering colleges, which can help us to reach the students directly. So it is one of the biggest thing which can help us in user acquisition. That is one of the activity we are planning.
And maybe we can market this activity for first 4 months and actually execute it in the next couple of months, right?
Correct. Yes, correct.
Sounds good to me. I think that would be all from my side too. It was a good presentation, and I should say even better, responses that we have received from your team. Any comments from you, sir, and Ayushi?
No, I just felt that you had done a lot of financial analysis and numbers. It would be nice if you had put it up in front. You had, or maybe summarized it in a very simple way. While I think obviously that was more the bonus part, but I think you now that you have gone through the appendix and we have seen the level of work done, I think it would have been nice if you would have just got it in front. But that's fine. I mean, at the end we have seen all of it, so it looks good. Yeah, I think very well thought through, very well structured also. So I think good, and I think a lot of work for 2 people. So that's very good.
Any questions that you do have for us?
One clarification. The reason we kept the slides as appendix because we thought it will be a 15 minutes presentation. So we planned accordingly. So if we are facing any questions on that, so that we can refer appendix. That's the reason we kept financials as a backup.
Perfect, no problem.
Okay, thank you so much, Team Harmony. It was great having you with us. and it was a wonderful time. Wonderful presentation. Everything was really great. Can I please request you now to leave the room, this
Yes.
meeting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Very
you very much.
very harmonious presentation. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Good.
Thank you.
Good job.